Hello and welcome to our HackReason 2021 presentation. Our app is College Simulator. So one of the many things that's on the mind of a prospective UTD ECS student is what they want to major in and the courses they need to take to get their degree. So our tool, College Simulator, is a tool that prospective ECS students can use to enter the major they think will work for them, any AP credits they might have earned, and their interests and skills needed to succeed in ECS majors. With this information, our program will create an outline of the courses that the student needs to take. While we were developing this program, we ran into many challenges where the reasoning didn't work properly and it would result in improper output.
Okay, so how we solved a lot of these challenges. So a lot of the challenges were solved by just consulting the provided documentation and following through with the guidance of mentors with experience at CCASP and Prolog. And a lot of challenges occurred with the code itself, which we solved by looking at each line of the code one by one and seeing and trying to understand what was going on if any changes needed to be made. So some of the lessons learned was that one of the things was simply the syntax used in SWI Prolog, which will not work in the CCAS system. So while SCASP is built upon Prolog, there are many differences across the various ways we can program in Prolog. So, and then another lesson learned is that it is possible to connect Python with Prolog and SCASP to generate results we want through some file manipulating and concepts. And when SCASP is combined with other languages, its application can actually expand dramatically with greater facts, which can be established at ease.
And for future improvements, this event was generally challenging for us overall. It was our first time participating in such intense coding competition and exposed a lot of our problems, such as lacking understanding of logic, or we just simply don't know syntax of it, which actually made us to barely finish on time. Actually like 10 minutes before deadline, that's when we actually got our code to work as intended. And however, the greater challenges were actually not the technical challenges, but like rather team coordination, team communicating over this virtual platform because we're not face to face and we can see what they're doing. But I believe this can be easily overcome because the platform that we're using nowadays, the pre-events like the Discord use this time, you can separate channel for different purposes, including voice channel as well. So I believe if we learn how to utilize them, those problems can be avoided for the future references. Thank you. This whole program is function is supposed to recommend degree plans to people with various backgrounds and situations. And right here, we're running the user input.py. It is a Python file that I prompt user to enter its different background situations so we can get the best output. And after getting the user input, we will be running main.pl. It is the file we wrote to generate Prolog rules from the UTD course catalog website for 5 selected majors. And not only will it generate their information, will also establish their relationship with other courses such as prerequisites, core requisites, or equivalents. And since this process that we'll be taking about, we decided to terminate and use the pre-recorded the data already. And so what we're doing here, we're just deleting the main.pl generated from this run. And what we're doing right now is using SCASP to run major reasoning.lp. It is the piece of Prolog file that connects all of our reasoning files together and will eventually generates output. And through this command, we we tells Prolog to generate its output to output.txt. And because there's such large processing due to the amount of reasoning and the data, we decided to terminate it as well and use the ones we have from the pre-run. And right now, since the output.txt file generated, we're going to remove the new one and use the old one as well. And finally, we have a program called final output.py that is used to parse the output from the Prolog into a more organized manner for human understanding. And right here, we can show you what it does or how it looks like. At the first glance, I have 3 different majors, but it is a different scenarios that Prolog or SCAS created for this individual. It's possible for him. Right, that's it. Thank you very much.